Oprah for president and fake goddess worship. Oprah for president and fake goddess worship. All right, so I said that I was gonna what's happening? Said greetings from Denver, aka Illuminati headquarters. Y'all got the crazy airport with all the occult symbolism in it. Um, but what's happening? Thanks for tuning in. So let's get it in about this thing with Oprah. This I don't know if y'all are aware of it. This thing that happened with the Golden Globe Awards, where Oprah got up. You have to pay attention to everything. She's dressed in a black gown, and she gives this rousing speech about um, basically this feminist manifesto. Okay, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it. Made me think about Dave Chappelle. But anyway, she gave this rousing speech, and I mean, everybody's just in an uproar. Is Oprah gonna run for president in 2020? Okay. Now, another thing that's interesting in the news recently is I think her name is what's happening, Larica? Is this whole thing about I think her name is it Amanda Mandy Merkel? What's her name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Um, who's engaged to this so-called Prince Harry. Now I want to tell y'all about what's very significant about that. And it all ties in with Oprah and fake goddess worship. Now, all right, player. Uh, if you remember a few, let's say, it's been over 20 years ago, I think now, that Princess Diana had divorced uh, Charles, and she had got with an Egyptian named Dodi Fayed, and she was pregnant. So that meant that there was gonna be nigger blood back in the royal family, which it always was, uh, which is one of Victoria's secrets, other than her having a strap on. Then, so we know about what happened to Diana and Dodi Fayed. They took a dirt nap. All right. So, isn't it interesting that now it's okay and it's just a brouhaha that this black woman, no matter what she's mixed with, at the end of the day, is engaged to Prince Harry. Now, sometimes you have to watch what's going on in current events to give you insight into where we are time wise in the world. Okay? Now, for them to, with open arms, accept this girl, at least in the public eye, to accept this woman into their so-called royal family, that says a lot. That's a move of desperation. All right, now I'm about to bring this thing home. That is a move of desperation. You got to understand, these people have the time and the resources to have a full team of astrologers, numerologists, seers, remote viewers, Every occult modality you can think of, that you think that some people would say that those of us who talk about this are just into all that all that spookism. But then they'll go and believe a damn book that talks about quantum physics when it's all the same shit. Where you think quantum physics came from? But I digress. So they know where we are collectively in as far as what's going on the planet, uh, what type of energy is on the planet, and what timeline we're working in. So that is why you see these moves of desperation, which this whole thing with this witch hunt on men is part of the same thing. So let me tell you, if I can explain this and make it make sense. Got off work the other day and something told me, go in the Bible and look in the book of Ruth. The book of Ruth, of all books, I mean, it might have 4 or 5 pages. You never hear anybody talk about the book of Ruth. Okay? This is how you know it's the spirit working. Is she Hillary on roids? In a way. But in the book of Ruth, I want y'all to go and turn to, I think it's chapter 2. I think it's chapter 2. Either way, the book is short as hell. But let me tell you, let me give you the Reader's Digest version of the story. In the book of Ruth, you're going to have the story of Naomi, who is an Israelite woman and who is married to a man named Elimelech. All right? Now, she has 2 sons by Elimelech. I can't remember their names. But these 2 sons take 2 Moabitess wives, okay? And their wives' names are Ruth, and listen to the other name, Orpah. Who did I just tell you was at the Golden Globes giving this rousing speech about, we're going to stand up and we're going to fight? Whatever. Her name is Oprah. Now, listen to the spelling. I wish I could be writing this down and showing you this, but maybe y'all can write this down. So I like the visual part. Oprah's name is spelled Oprah. This woman's name in the Bible is spelled Orpah. So it's the exact same letters. They're just, the order is slightly different. It's just the R is moved. That's called an anagram, where the letters have just been scrambled a little bit, but it's the same word. Now, I'm gonna tell you what's significant about this, and I know this is a spirit. I ain't know nothing. I never even knew a character existed in the Bible named no damn Orpah. So why would I just pick this up the other day and something say, go read the book of Ruth? Biggest butch, look who will jump out. So that's how you spot a country motherfucker. When a person say some shit like biggest butch, so that's how you know country motherfucking shit come out of you. But anyway, let me tell you what's significant about Orpah. In the story, the 2 sons die. So Naomi is a widow. So you always look for stories about the widow in the Bible. She's a widow, and she's also has lost her 2 sons. So that means that her daughter-in-laws are widows too. Okay? So she have done right by me and standing by my side when my husband died and my 2 sons died. I give you, basically, I give you, I release you to go back to your mother. Go back to the land that you came from. Go back to your mother's house. Okay? Now, both of them break out crying and screaming, in sorrow. But here's the deal. She tells them, look, I have nothing more to offer you. I have no sons, and I'm an old woman, so I ain't gonna produce no more sons. So I ain't no way I can produce another husband for you. So you might as well just go on your own. So listen to this. Orpah goes up to her and gives her a kiss, and she leaves and goes back to her family. This shit is heavy shit. Ruth says, no, I don't care what you say. She said, if you die, then I die here with you today. I'm not going nowhere. I'm stuck with you, and you're stuck with me. Now, whenever you're reading the Bible and you want to know what the fuck is really going on, you get your Strong's Concordance and you look up, or you get you the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, and you look up the meaning of the names. Those people, those characters in the Bible are not historical figures. They are states of consciousness. So if you want to understand what the story is talking about, what drama is unfolding in the psyche, then you look up the meaning of the names. So Naomi means pleasantness or pleasantry. Okay? Now, Orpah means neck. Ruth means friend. Now I'm gonna break this motherfucking shit down for you today. You ain't gonna get this nowhere else. The neck does what? This is the next level to you. You understand what it means, but then you got to be able to decode symbolism to know how it applies to the story. The neck does what? Somebody tell me in a what you call them, in this little chat thing while this traffic ain't moving. Take a crack at it. What does the neck? Give me some ideas of what does the neck do that can help us decode what this story means and how it applies to Oprah that we know of. What does the neck do? I'm gonna give you a hint. The neck turns the fucking head. Okay? She turned away from Naomi. Now, understand what Naomi represents. Naomi is the soul. Okay? How do we know she's the soul? Because her name means pleasantness or pleasantry. Pleasant we then can associate with peace. If you are pleasant, then you're peaceful. Peace means to be bound. All right? So that's talking about the soul. All right? Her soul, she was originally came out of peace because you come from heaven and you fall into this physical form. So it's talking about the soul, right? And her soul is going through torment though because her husband has died. Her sons have died. Okay? We're talking about something that has been in a pristine state and then it fell from that pristine state. All right? Now, who Orpah would represent is she is the equivalent of exoteric religion. Exoteric religion is worn on the outside. Exo means outside. So the people who get down and pray and do all the rituals and I gotta pay my tithes and I gotta do all that. They're wearing it on the outside, but they have no meaning. Peace, Luis. They are doing all the rituals, but they are wearing it on the outside. They do not have an understanding of the inner meaning. Okay? Y'all stay with me because I'm coming home with this. So Orpah represents the outside, the world of illusion, the Maya. Mm. So Ruth represents the esoteric, the hidden meaning, the truth. The truth is the shit that is hidden, okay? All right. So Oprah gets up on TV and she does this whole big speech, rah, 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 and it's all this woman, 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 right? Now, if you're not careful, you will think that this is all expression of the divine feminine is expressing herself. No, I'm gonna tell you, that has nothing to do with the divine feminine. All this fake feminism bullshit has nothing to do with it. It is exoteric. It is just like religion. It looks holy, but it ain't shit. It ain't got no substance to it. That's what Oprah represents. She's the most powerful woman in the world, the richest, but she has no fucking power because she is championing something that is not real. This is fake. Why? Because they have to do a fake veneration of the divine feminine to try to survive. That's why they allow Amanda Merkel to damn embrace her into the royal family, because the divine feminine comes back to destroy the motherfucking world. Devour. What does a pussy do? It devours. It sucks in. It takes energy. My cousin sent me. Hold on. Oh shit. Didn't even click on the shit. Chris the crazy. Um. So that's the gist of it. Okay. She is representing a fake. Shout out to Miami. Is it warm down there? Um. She does. That's it. Oprah represents the pay. God damn it! I just told my wife that. You, Larico, I know I'm probably fucking your name up. But pardon me. But that's it. You hit the nail on the head. That's the trick. All this shit going on now is patriarchy. It has nothing to do with the divine feminine. Let me tell you how I know. If you know anything about mythology, what does the great mother always do? She might scold her son, she might kill the motherfucker, but she always resurrects him. She's always looking to bring her son back together. She's never on a witch hunt to destroy her son. So all this fake shit, that's why Oprah, with all that fake shit about we're gonna fight and stand up and all that Gloria Steinem and all that, you gotta trace these motherfuckers back to who these people are. These Gloria Steinem people all go back to your damn, what's the woman with the Planned Parenthood. You know who I'm talking about, eugenics, who was with Bill Gates' granddaddy. Margaret, oh shit. Peace, Nashville, brother Yusuf. Her name is on the tip of my tongue. Sanger, that's right, Margaret Sanger. Thank you. These people trace back to this shit. I want y'all to go and read in the book of Ruth what I just told you about the story about Orpah and Naomi, all right? I want you to also get the book Iceman Inheritance by Michael Bradley. I'm going to tell you the other aspect of this shit. We're seeing, too, the dysfunction in uh, European relationships between a man and a woman. Now, this is, now, if you think I'm bullshitting, This man, Michael Bradley, wrote this book, and he coined the term dimorphism in the book. And I think they ran him. I think they ran him to Canada. So he said when uh, the Neanderthals came out of the caves in the Caucasus Mountains, uh, when the man looked at the woman, they were they were what's the word I want to use? He said when they looked at each other, they were distraught at what they saw. They hated each other once they realized that there was a man and there was a woman, and they were different. They hated each other. And he coined the term, or he used the term. I don't know if he coined it, but he uses the term dimorphism. Di means two. Morph means change. They changed. They recognized the change or the difference between each other, and they hated each other. So there is no cohesion psychologically between the man and the woman in that culture. So then they throw you into that bullshit, and you championing that shit about all this motherfucking women's rights, and then and you men ain't no better, all this fucking mig-toe bullshit. Men go, I'm not going by myself without no goddamn woman. I don't know where that shit came from. You know. So you gotta understand, you gotta ask yourself, who's creating these movements? But let me get back to the damn metaphysics. Because I said Ruth, I said her name means friend. Now I'm going to give you some primo shit right here. Well, there's always one ultimate goal. I'm about to tell you what the goal is right here. Louise said this information will drive you nuts if you don't have a goal. True. That's why you need to always have the ultimate goal. I'm about to give you what the ultimate goal is. And it's all embodied in the meaning of the name Ruth. Now we can do a lot with Ruth's name. We can just take just the rudimentary phonology. Phonology is just what does it sound like. Ruth also gives us root. Root. She's the root. She's the core. Okay? Now, but let's deal with friend. Now I'm gonna show you some heavy shit. Now we might say English is a bastardized language, but I'm gonna tell you what is so deep about how language emerges from an archetype, becomes a symbol, and the symbol breaks itself up into multiple languages, but leaves enough of its essence to where you can still find your way back to the archetype. All right? So even in the word friend, I want y'all to do something. If you're able to get a piece of paper and a pen, I want you to write the word friend out. Friend. I want you to look at this. The I comes before the E. This is important. Friend. It's important that you spell it right, because this is going to show you something. 3 parts we're going to break down this word. In the beginning, you have fr, 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 fr. There you go. The fr sound. What does that sound like? Use your imagination. Fr, 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 fr. Do you remember the story of how Isis, or one of the versions of how Isis brought Osiris back? She put his body back together. She couldn't find the phallus. She put a piece of wood there for his phallus. She turned herself into a bird, and she started to flutter. Listen to my words. Flutter. Fr, fr, fr. So that when you hear that fr sound, and when she fluttered her wings, that is talking about spirit. Because spirit means wind, breath. So she put her spirit into Osiris. That's what resurrected him. So when you hear the fr sound at the beginning of the word friend, you're talking about spirit. It's a fluttering. All right. In the middle of the word friend, you have I-E-N. Now, any of y'all who know about a little bit of Kabbalah, what is the most primal essence or beginning of all worlds? Ein. Ein. Ein Sof. Ein Sof Now, I want to now listen to what. No, I've never heard anybody just make this simple about what those really mean, though. Simple. Ein means I. I. Now, if you turn my eye vertically, you have a vesica. That's a vagina. There's a reason why all these holes, the lips are shaped just like the eye. See, everything is a model of the vagina. See that? Oval. Turn it long ways, it's a vesica. So Ein, and then next came Ein Sof. Well, what does Sof mean? Sof means wisdom. Sophia, wise, the wise one. Ein Sof. So the I, then came the wisdom, and Ein Sof, then What is Ur? Where was Abraham from? Ur of Chaldea. Ur means light. Allah. Allah. Ura. Shout out to Dr. Eileen Bay. He break that shit down for your ass. That Ura and Ura. And how we incorporated that into the early stages of hip hop where they would say Ura. Dr. Eileen break all that shit down. So you got Ein Sof, Well, in the middle of the word friend, what do we have? Ein. I-N-I-E-N. Ein. So that's Ein. And then what is at the end of the word? I just said it. End. E-N-D. Luis, that is the ultimate goal. It's the end. The end. So embodied in that word, you have a multitude of concepts for you to break down and to give you the secrets of all existence in just the word friend. And that is who Ruth was. She was a true friend because she was the spirit, she was the soul, Ein, and she was the revelation, the end. The revelation is when everything to reveal is to turn out. Everything that was in to be turned out. So people like Oprah and all this other bullshit, they are trying to keep your eyes on the outside to prevent the revelation of what is on the inside. Facts. So that's my little spiel on that. I want you to go put your eyes on that scripture for yourself. You need to read it for yourself just to see. I mean, the shit blew my mind. Like, man, ain't this some shit? And that name only appears 2 times in the Bible. In that book, in that little old book, that book of Ruth. So, I told y'all I was going to start going in on some, going in deep into the Bible and breaking down some stuff. I still want to go back and we're going to have a discussion on the word spit. And I mean, it's some more deep shit. Everything foul and decrepit and putrid that you can think of is discussed in the Bible. And if you understand and can decode the scriptures, they will show you how these things are actually the greatest assets. Things like shit, spit, afterbirth, the woman being unclean, after she gives birth to the daughter. You know, if she gives birth to a girl, she'd be unclean for 14 days. If you give birth to a son, unclean for a week. You know, you think all that stuff is actually demeaning. It's not. You have to be able to uh, flip things around, reverse the mirror, so that you can get the true essence out of it. So I'm gonna be coming back with that. We're gonna talk about that word spit, and I'm gonna tell you what made me even go back and reconsider that, because I was doing something at work, and uh, bro, I haven't done anything on. I'm not well versed on that cryptocurrency. Uh, I'm still I'm still trying to master this dead president currency at the moment. But I got a homie that's in the chat who is doing some work with that, so he would be more versed on that. Uh, no doubt, as above, so below, as within, so without. Everything is connected. Well, this is gonna end this little segment. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I got some things